Good evening, good evening, good evening. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
Little, little rain thing. Little
Yeah,
rain
a
thing.
little confusing. But hey, we're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. And welcome to the brand new number one edition of First Sky Omaha in the evening, the weekly rap edition.
Yeah, yeah.
Starting a new thing right now. We're trying to test out whether or not evening time works for people because a lot of folks have said they would prefer it. And we're moving things around in order for us to be able to make sure that we can get as many people in the conversation as we can and make it easy for them to be able to be in the conversation. So this is why we're doing it. This is the first episode of that, second episode of the season 5B, which is teamwork makes the dream work. That's what we're working with right now. We're definitely doing a lot of living alive with one another and building upon being able to have some teamwork,
Yeah.
build some teams, make some things happen, and that's what we're doing here. So thanks for everybody who remembered that this was happening this evening.
Hey.
We'll get it fired up. How you feeling over there, buddy?
I'm feeling a little awkward, but yeah, it's different, but different is good. Different is good. Yeah, yeah. Growth, changes.
Yeah,
Let's get
most def. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully we'll still be able to draw some folks in, some chat chimers in to have some conversation. Before we do that, though, we're gonna go ahead and fire up the show. So yeah, first edition of First Guy Omaha in the evening.
in the evening.
Second edition for season 5B. Let's make it happen.
Hey.
All I'll say is this: I talk to all legitimate reporters.
First Sky Omaha.
In the morning. Welcome back. First Guy Omaha in the evening.
Hello, in the evening. Yeah, it'll grow on me. I get used to it. Yeah, I found my swag with it. You know. Are we frozen? Am I? Uh oh.
I think it'd be Friday. Appreciate you coming on in, brother McCarthy. And like I said, we very much hope that everybody remembers that this is happening. I see Sue Kessler Hagen is in the chat saying, glad I set my alarm or else I would have forgotten. I'm here though. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
That's what it is. Marla Harrison says, good evening, First Guy family, and happy TGIF, everyone. Look at that.
Yeah.
Marla Harrison sliding on through. Appreciate that very much. Appreciate all you guys coming through this morning. Trying something new. New time. It's going to be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a little bit more of a Love Supreme Friday, a little bit more of a Haps Friday. We're of course going to discuss the news as we always do. Some of the things that you guys have been putting, especially in Friends of First Guy Omaha, and we dig in there first, and then some headlines, and have a little bit more of an easy conversation. Hopefully, a more inspiring conversation on this evening. But we do have some things that we need to do, and that is that's just part of this show, part of what we do here live, which is talk about some of the news that's going on and talk about it with you, the community. So hopefully the community will get here. We can definitely ask you to tell a friend, send the link to some folks that you think might want to be in the conversation. Let them know that this is happening. I appreciate Sue Kessler Hagen says she put her alarm on. I'm very, very happy that she did that. I had to do that myself, by the way.
A little bit.
Not used to it. Brooke in the chat saying hello. What's happening?
Hey.
Yeah. So we'll get it fired up, man. It's going to be different. I think even people in the house are like, wait a minute, don't you work in the morning?
Yeah. It's going to definitely be a change for the whole house. But again, we're gonna adjust. Definitely looking forward to just different vibes in the evening. Folks getting off work, kind of relaxing with us, unwinding. Let us know how your day was, how your week was. As Paul kind of laid it out, weekly wrap. Getting into not only the news, because we'll definitely be getting into that, but also a little looser things. Culture, what's going on in the community, all the things. So yeah, definitely looking forward to today and going into the week. What time is it where you at? Actually, I'm kind of curious.
It's that's a good question. I don't even know. 2:05 right now, and I just remembered we usually drop the weekly wrap at 4 p.m. Central Standard
Ah,
Time as well. So I'm going to do that live. What I'm going to do is I was thinking about doing this earlier, something different. What first
man.
first thing I'm going to do is put the weekly wrap link in the chat so you can sign up right now if you don't have it, because
Hey,
we're about to go ahead and drop the weekly wrap for the week. I'll give it a few minutes for the people that want to sign up. So go ahead and hit that link, sign up, get the weekly wrap. Then we'll drop the latest version right now, live for the first time.
hey, and that is a part of the point of us doing this at this time. Also, is to accompany the weekly wrap, and those numbers have been growing. So big shout out to everybody who has already subscribed to the weekly wrap newsletter, giving us feedback on things like that. Some people, some positive feedback out there, but of course, we're always looking to grow that, change it. So yeah, if there's any input, any things you would like to see in that, let us know. But I think I did pretty good on this week's newsletter myself. So looking forward to getting your feedback on that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll give it a few minutes and then drop that. I am still out of town as well. I'm still live at Jason Studio in
Hey, hey.
on the West Coast. Been doing a lot of driving. A lot of driving just happened over the weekend. So
Mhm.
yeah, man, had to went out to go be with a friend who lost his son recently. Man, rest in
Man,
peace, Phoenix.
sorry to hear that.
And my man Jericho, we got to chop it up. It was like
Mm,
it was like a family reunion. It's people I haven't seen for about 26 years. We figured out. So
mm,
families,
mm.
older people with
Time,
kids grown, kids with other kids with their own kids. It was
man.
quite the scene, quite the scene. But I'm glad I got a chance to do that. I'm glad I got a chance to come out here and spend time with my family. And it's rough doing the show away from the studio, but I want to get used to doing it that way. I'd love to be more out and about doing the show live, man on the street type of deal. So
Mhm.
yeah, so just getting used to all the new changes, and again, all these changes are here so that we can do more communicating with people, have more people come in, have more conversations, and build more
Yeah, man.
teams, because teamwork makes the dream work.
Hey, that is the season theme, man. So yeah, we'll definitely be talking about that. I'm glad you're also wrapping in the concept, the tenet that we have around here of living alive with one another. That's actually something I do want to get into today a little bit as we loosen up later on in the show. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to what Jay Z just did with the concert. But is sparking up some conversations about being back outside, living alive with one another, cloud hopping. Of course, you're out on the West Coast. I'm out here on the East Coast in Atlanta, but always touching down what's going on in Omaha, and we'll be moving around, man. There's a lot of Omaha people out in Texas, Omaha people out in New York. We trying to see what's going on, man.
Yeah, man, really is. People that don't know about the native Omaha days, they have not just in
Man,
Omaha, got them a whole lot of other states. So we'll get into it for sure. I see Marlon Harris in the chat says my week was kind of crazy. That I went to the headquarters for juice, and when I was leaving, my car broke down. Uh oh.
man, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. He said,
Man,
Heather Williams is a hi, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hey. Marlon Harris said this week was, oh, that's a repeat. Okay, cool. I hope you got it. I said, I took Kimra Snipes, Leo Lewis, my dad, and staff to fix my car. Yeah, the whole crew out there fixing the car.
okay. Hey, teamwork makes the dream work. There you go. There you go. Hey.
There you go. Donnell Sessions gives us a good evening. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Again, like we said, this is, the show is the show. We're definitely going to be talking about news and some headlines, some things, and hopefully discuss them with you, the chat chimers. Hopefully the ghost listeners will also tune in. And we would love feedback. Always hit us up at firstskyOmaha@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. Let us know if the time frame works for you. We're testing time frames out. We did a little unofficial survey last season, and a few people said, let's try some evening times because they don't really get a chance to engage in the morning, running around, going to work, taking kids to school, and so on and so forth. Sometimes it gets in the way. So this is an opportunity for people who have a little bit more time in the evenings, and especially on a Friday when it's kind of a Love Supreme weekend coming up for us. We'd like to talk a little bit more about things that are going on as far as the arts and life and living
Man.
alive with one another is concerned. And we can kind of do that for here. Just like we set intentions with the Monday show for the week, we want to set some intentions for the weekend with the Friday evening show. And that's the purpose of this. But we'll continue to talk about why we're doing this throughout the show. But let's go ahead and jump into a few things that we want to talk about. For first of all, just for the people that are just coming in now, so you know that we got some things going on for sure. I definitely wanted to talk about this info sessions here. The Good Neighbor Week is going on right now. Shout
Hey,
out to
hey.
One Omaha. Speaking of Kimber Snipes, shout out to One Omaha. Saturdays between July 18th and August 8th. Join One Omaha for a free information session to learn what Good Neighbor Week is all about. Check them out over there at the Visitor Center, North Omaha Visitor Center. You can check in with Kimra Snipes about some more information on this, or just go to the One Omaha page and find out more information too. But yeah, shout out to her for this Good Neighbor Week. I heard the
Yeah.
mayor just did his Year of the Neighbor address just recently as well. Did anybody see that? Let us know if you did. Let us know if you did. Yep. Yeah, so a few things there. There's a few more things, but before we get to that, there's a couple of articles that I definitely wanted to jump into and make sure that we cover. But before I forget to do the weekly wrap drop, I'm gonna do that right now too. Buddy,
Yeah.
tell some folks about what we got coming up here.
Yeah, actually, for those of you who are signed up, or if you just signed up for that weekly wrap, some of this will be featured on that, so you can definitely check it out there. Kind of again making it a little easier to stay on top of the things that we'll be talking about here on the show and on our platforms and just in the community. A lot of the stuff that you all are sending our way as well. So definitely big shout out to all of you for doing that. But yeah, definitely. One of the haps, since you're talking about that event going on, one of the other things I was actually excited about to see as far as the haps were some of the hydrant parties going on around the community. So I just wanted to throw that out there, man. It's still pretty hot out in the Omaha area. So again, if you're out there this weekend, definitely get active. A lot of activities going on, but also a lot of things to talk about. Definitely highlighted in this week's weekly wrap newsletter, and want to talk about today is the housing situation, something that's big that happened earlier this week connected to Nebraska, a part of this season as well. We are still in the middle of midterms. Again, November will be pretty hot with election and politics and all this, that, and the third. And of course, we will take our approach to talking about it and again, bringing it all to you to hear your thoughts, but still seeing how Nebraska is impacting politics on the national level. Again, Nebraska Representative Mike Flood getting the 21st Century Housing Act, the new bill, passed. If you remember, that was a bill that Trump kind of tried to hold up for a little bit, but he had a certain amount of days. I think it was like 10 or so days before the bill became law anyway. And that time has passed just last week. So again, we didn't really get to talk about it this week, but definitely want to kind of get into what's going on with that situation. Also, shout out to Tamara Dwyer sharing some stuff with us this week about how HUD is responding to the housing situation, kind of taking a page out of the Trump administration's book as far as how they're handling, discrimination and how discrimination is being viewed now in the court. So again, big shout out to Tamara Dwyer. Hopefully, we can get into some of that today. Also, some development things. Big shout out to our good friends over at the Inland Port Authority. Of course, they've been making some waves recently with the opening of the Innovation Center. But also haven't heard much conversation about this. But a lot of people were wondering what was going on with the business park. Now finally getting their own tenant, the first tenant coming in. I think 150 or so jobs being reported coming with that. I definitely want to hear from y'all. Is that enough? What do we think about the movement, the progression so far with the business park and the Inland Port Authority? We're still, again, it's all about teamwork makes the dream work, and that's one of the biggest things about that Inland Port Authority is, again, collaboration. How can the community come together, and what tools and resources do we need to make it easier to come together and start getting to that bag? So some of the things we'll be talking about, again, those things are highlighted in the newsletter. But yeah, join the conversation today, right here, right now, on the new Friday edition. Paul, what say you?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm going to drop this newsletter right now. So here we go. For those of you that have signed up, thank you. For those the new ones that have just signed up right now, you're going to receive your first one as we go. And we'll do this every time we do our Friday show too. We'll go ahead and make sure that we get as many people in as we can on that. So we'll put the link out there, sign up and get the latest issue of the weekly wrap. This is kind of the weekly wrap show a little bit too. We'll be talking about some of the things we talked about all week, as Buddy just mentioned. So yeah, please sign up to that. And the weekly wrap has just dropped this week, right now, live on air. Here it is. That's what's going on. Marlon Harrison said, I'm sorry, Donnell said, I'm sorry, I'm looking at some more stuff here. Marlon Harrison says, check on your loved ones and our houseless brothers and sisters. Is going to be extremely hot. Thanks for bringing that up. Hot all over the world, really, is what's happening right now, especially in Omaha. I can see, I've been studying what's going on there and trying to make some calls, make sure everybody's cool. But yes, do like Brother Harrison said, please check on your loved ones. It's going to be hot, and it's going to continue to be hot for a while. And like I said, it's kind of all over, man. I mean, I'm in the West Coast, so I've been dealing with 111, 110. 100 some places. Yeah. Luckily, not a lot of humidity here though. But
See, that's where I've been. I'm getting a lot of humidity out here.
yeah.
It's been degrees are reported at like 90 or so, but it's feeling like 105 with the humidity. It's pretty thick out here. So yeah.
I'm not with it. I don't know about
Nah, nah, nah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What I do like though, I did see in response to the heat and also in kind of celebration of the 250 years of America. I think Timur Dwyer actually shared this as well with friends of. Apparently, there's an effort to get about 250 water bottles to hand out.
you.
Did you see that? Did you see
I
that?
did not see that. Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody has any more information about that, or knows where that effort is, let us know. Let us know. And yeah. Big shout out to those who are helping, because it's pretty hot.
Pretty hot, man. I've been learning some things about just hydration lately too. If you're like me and you have sinus issues and allergies, when you take allergy medicine, it dries you up, and you don't really think about it drying you up. You kind of have to drink extra water, have to get extra hydrated if you're on that kind of medication. On top of it, and then if you're outside, just in general, just even in getting in and out of the car, waiting for the car to get cooled off, you're burning a lot of energy with that heat, and it zaps your hydration. So I've really been on this tip, man, and trying to really like be in my body and kind of feel when I'm actually feeling dehydrated, and then when I hydrate, see if I can feel any difference. Just like I can kind of regulate a little bit and just know more about what's
Hmm.
going on there with me. So I have found out so far that I have not been hydrating like I need to in a big way. So so that's what I'm on now. And it's funny, we'll get into it another time, but because we got there's a term I found out about that I call blank shots. And it's
Mm.
when you drink water, you're kind of just drinking blank shots. Really, we're supposed to get our hydration from eating fruits, supposed to come with fiber and so on and so forth. So even when you drink water, sometimes you're not hydrated all the way because it's not being captured anywhere with
Hmm.
any fibers that come from other foods. Pretty interesting stuff. And I learned this from people like Miss Erica Felt, who's in the chat right now.
Hey, hey,
People who
hey.
watch kids and need the kids to be hydrated when they got them outside playing and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. Learn a lot about hydration from people who are thinking about making sure the kids stay hydrated. So shout out to all of our child care providers out there, big time. Shout out to Miss Erica Felt. She says, I can't sit in the heat because of medications. She said, I sat outside with the children this morning in a storage tub of ice for my feet to be in. Heard that.
Hey, hey. It's a life hack.
Do what you got
Good
to do.
thing. Good thing. You
Just don't let the
smart.
kids,
You
just don't
smart.
let the kids eat the ice when they're out there.
Yeah. No. Hey, because kids be dirty. They will. Hashtag kids be dirty.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and explain again why we're doing this on a
Hey,
Friday evening for Sky Omaha in the evening.
in the evening.
Paul B, Buddy the Guy. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, y'all.
Hey.
Welcome back for Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
Paul B, Buddy the God.
Hey.
I haven't forgotten yet. I hadn't slipped up and said morning yet, so I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing all right. Yep. Mr. Feld says the kids had a blast playing in the mud. They made with the ice cubes. Laugh a lot because kids be dirty for real. Hashtag kids be dirty. For real. Hey, I just want to remind everybody, go and check out our website. We have some stuff that is being put up now by some of the content creator camp students, which I'm really, really proud of. Especially this one right here. You need to definitely check this out. It's talking about music and mental health. Man, shout out to Tiana Cousins for this work that she put in here on this. Very interesting piece. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to the video there for you to check out as well. Please do that. We will be putting more and more articles, more and more material out there on the
Mhm.
website from not just us, but our independent journalists, our content creator journalists, and everybody in between. Man, we're gonna be really pumping it out. It's time to step up the communication on a lot of
Hey,
levels.
hey, hey. And shout out to those who have reached out. A few people in the community have touch bases about getting busy. So big thank you for that. Yeah, we definitely still be in touch. We actually also did just drop on this week's newsletter the audio piece from the other content creator this year, Christian Harris. He did a pretty good audio piece on brain drain. Talked to a few folks, so yeah, definitely check that out as well. I remember we were trying to figure out what that location the Holloway experience. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
we got to talk about
Dope arcade. Yeah, dope arcade for
it.
the family. Definitely check them out. Black owned as well.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
support.
420 right now. If you believe in weed, I mean, if you believe in the concept of time, it is what it is. Right in the afternoon. We're finally,
Yeah,
doing our thing and just switching it up. Don't get it twisted. We still have the morning show. It happens on Monday, and we actually go 3 hours on Monday now as well. So
hey,
7 to 10, 3 hour show on Monday. Set the intention for the week. No show on Wednesday, and now we're doing Friday from 4 to 6. Just another reminder before
there
we
you
jump
go.
into some of the news. But before we do that, whatever is on your hearts and mind, whoever's here listening, please let us know. If you see people that are regular chat chimers that are not here, might want to send them a message, remind them it's
Hey,
happening. I had to set
for
my
real.
own alarm, or else I would have forgot. So I understand.
Be like that. Be like that. I can't see the chat. Is RG here? We got
You can't see the
everybody in?
chat. Oh,
No,
okay.
I can't see the chat, man. I can't
Oh,
see the chat, man. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Paul's doing a
yeah.
great job staying on top of that. But yeah, join the conversation. Let us know. Let us know.
Yep. No RG yet. No RG yet. We'll have to see what's happening with him.
See,
No
call the
pops.
folks.
Pops probably forgot too.
See,
Hey, it is what it is, man. It's the first one. We got to build it up, and we got to make sure that everybody remembers this is happening. I will do our part, which is to try to stay as consistent as we possibly can on doing
hey,
it, so that you guys can remember conversations going on, and hopefully, we get more people to talk in to talk about things because it'll be at a time frame that they can reach. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. Might have to change the time again. You never know. But for this season, this is what we're doing. We're going to stick to this so that we can make sure that we test it out well enough to see if we're going to continue with it. And love your support and your feedback about it as well.
yeah.
Yep. With that, let's go ahead and jump into the first subject. Buddy, what's first on the agenda?
Man, we haven't been talking about it, but of course, it's been heavy, hot news all throughout the week. Of course, this parasite that's going around. You're kind of talking about staying hydrated with the fruits, and that's exactly where my mind went. Of course, there has been confirmed cases in Nebraska, and I do want to get a feel on how y'all feeling. Again, this is kind of in the same realm, same bag as the pandemic. Just another just germ out there that's gonna take us all out. Like there's just the hysteria that can ensue with some of this stuff. So how y'all feeling? It is summer. A lot of people, a lot of strawberry, and a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. A lot of greens kind of being on the plates for a lot of summer season dishes. How y'all feeling? Actually, a lot of people close to me going into raw fast. I don't know about you, Paul, but a lot of people going into the raw food fast, trying to get their body right throughout the summer. But again, if you haven't heard it, the cyclosporiasis is going pretty rampant. And again, contact has been made in both Nebraska and Iowa. This reported by KMTV3 cases of cyclosporiasis have been confirmed in Nebraska and Iowa, but health experts say symptoms can be difficult to distinguish from other common illnesses without professional testing. Again, this is a parasite that causes symptoms that resemble other illnesses, including fevers, diarrhea, which has kind of been the headline, and of course, nausea. David Quimbley, who's an infectious disease expert with CHI, said the illness can follow an unpredictable pattern, saying, yes, you can have some pretty bad diarrhea. Again, that has been reported, but it can also wax and wane a little bit. Like you can get some initial stuff, it gets better, then 2 or 3 days later, it gets worse again. Quimbley also said most cases are not severe, and most people will recover without medical treatment. Those concerned about a possible infection are encouraged to contact their primary care provider rather than going to the emergency room unless they are experiencing symptoms like trouble walking or severe dehydration, like you were talking about earlier, Paul. That dehydration, especially in this extensive heat, can get to you, can take you out. So definitely stay on top of that. Also, the parasite largely spreads through infected foods like produce and contaminated water. So that is also a thing I haven't really heard widely promoted or reported, but it is contaminated through water as well. Cooking produce can reduce the risk of infection. Quimbley also says the illness does not typically spread from person to person, so that is important to know. It is mostly through contact through food and mostly leafy greens and fresh produce. I think there has been a California-based farm, actually, Paul, out there on the West Coast. Maybe be careful. California-based Taylor Farms pulls its iceberg lettuce from U.S. amid the cyclosporiasis outbreak. There's also been a producer or provider for lettuce at Taco Bell. So I don't know if getting your your chalupas and your double queso supremes, but you might want to skip the lettuce on that one because it has been tied to some of these cases as well. So
bro.
yeah, of course. Another thing, I know, Paul, last episode you were asking for anecdotes, reaching out to the people. One of the things we'll be doing throughout the season, trying to figure out how many people or how the people have been impacted by Trump's administration, some of the decisions from the Trump administration. And this is one of the latest cases. Again, if you or anyone has been impacted by this parasite, we all know now that it's been tied to the CDC's decision to stop tracking these types of things due to some of the Doge cuts. So depending on
whose decision,
hey, your man's the orange one.
Yeah. Him and there's a whole article here in I believe it's Newsweek that talks about what Trump and Elon did with Doge to cut a whole bunch of stuff in the CDC, and then of course we got parasites. My other thought about this too is Taco Bell don't need no more reasons to give anybody diarrhea.
Man, I used to love Taco Bell, bro. Like, mama gotta tell you, when I was a kid, like little buddy, man, what you want to eat? Taco Bell. So back when they had the dog, couldn't tell me nothing about Taco Bell. Now it's dog food. That's what it is.
Here's a list of some of the foods to know. The foods to avoid is a lot of berries they got on there too, as you can see, what you talked about before. A lot of greens, salads, spinach, so on and so forth. Safer choices: watermelons, bananas, avocados, pineapples. Looks like high acidic things to me. Is what probably burns some of that out. And then of course water. That's the new one. That's the one you just laid on right now that I hadn't heard either. It could be passed through water as well. So just check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's unfortunate that we got to watch what we got to watch in that way. Not too cool. Sean McCarthy says not the parasite issue, but I've noticed a ton of people are having colds. I went to a ramen place last week and heard a ton of coughing from everyone, including the staff. That ain't great. Also, Pops is in the chat. He says good Friday afternoon and mad love from Las Vegas. Appreciate
hey.
Yeah. Pops says I've eaten Taylor bagged salads often. Glad to hear this warning. There you go.
Yeah, man. Beware.
When I saw Taco Bell's name there, I was just like, they don't need no more diarrhea publicity for real. Donna says, love the new schedule. Okay, appreciate that.
Thank you. Some feedback. Yeah, let us know.
Please do let us know. Give us some feedback on that. It is Friday, and like we like to set intentions for the week on Monday, we want to set intentions for the weekend on Friday. So it will be a little bit looser show. Of course, we'll talk about the news, things that are relevant, things that are things that we need to all look out for. But this is really going to be based on teamwork. So this is Teamwork Makes the Dream Work is the season 5B. And we're going to be digging into that a lot more and just talking about that a lot. So you mentioned earlier, there's some folks some people that that were doing some fasting. I'm talking to a lot of people right now too on this hydration issue, on some fasting as well, on some exercise as well. And we all know, especially those of us that have a hard time going out to exercise, it really kind of takes a team of people and a community of people to do it. So let's not hesitate to speak up, ask folks, make some workout dates. Even get together and do some meal prep. There's a lot of things we can do together. I got a friend that on Sunday sometimes we get together, buy a bunch of produce and stuff like that, cut it up, bag it up, freeze a lot of it, and get ready for the week. A little bit of meal prep so that you can have a meal prep party. We're gonna give you a whole lot of things that we can do face to face as groups, as people, to where we can kind of support each other on all the things we support each other on. So that's what's up.
Yeah. Also seeing these run clubs and some things.
Oh yeah. and
Yeah, yeah.
outdoor nature clubs and that type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, shout out to the survival club, you know what I'm saying? Captain Q getting down.
there you go. Marlon Harrison says, my sister is in her feelings because she loves strawberries. Yeah, same here, bro.
Gotta be careful. And you know, this the season. They come with the strawberry salads and the strawberry lemonades, and you know, it's fresh strawberry everything, but can't do it. Can't
Can't
do
do
it.
it.
Thanks to the orange one.
Pop says, "Can we get you on the show while number 4 is out? Is out Vegas?" Marlon Harrison. Oh. You talking about Pops? I don't know. I don't know. Pop's kind of behind the scene, dude. We'll see. We'll see. We'll ask. We'll ask.
Okay.
See what's happening. I'll actually be in Vegas now. I'm in California on Monday, so I'm kind of doing a little moving around. So we'll
Cloud
come
hop.
back to that. A little cloud hopping, right. We're gonna do our best. So far, so good. We had tech issues earlier, so things are working out well. Of course, if we have any tech issues, we know you, the chat chimers, will let us know. So please do, and we'll continue on with it. Let's take a quick break and come on back again. This is our first evening show for Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
Kind of late afternoon. Set the intentions for Friday night. Let's come back to that question. It's Friday night. What y'all doing?
Hey.
It's Friday night. I wish I could play Johnny Kemp on here. Just got paid.
Man, that's we're gonna figure it out, bro. We're gonna figure out how to, because we trying to keep it loose on Friday, man. We gotta play some jams, man. Something.
Man. We got to do something. You're absolutely right.
Man.
Let's take a quick break. First Guy Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
All B, Buddy the Guy. Be right back.
The body moving. The body moving. The body moving.
Welcome back for Sky Omaha in the morning. I mean, what? I did it. I was doing so good.
I got him. In the evening.
I was doing so good.
Yeah,
Here we are.
almost.
32 minutes into the show. I've already slipped up and said in the morning.
You did good, though.
You know what else I did? I slipped up and fat fingered the music. So now we're gonna get a copyright strike for that Jay Dilla.
To be honest, though, it's kind of crazy. I was like, is that Infinite Loop, though? Is that? No,
Yeah, it could have been.
Hey, shout out.
Could have been. Shout out to my man Jericho, man. I don't know if he's listening to the show, but we did music back in the day, and he just played me some of the new stuff that he's got going on right now. You're gonna hear a lot of music and stuff coming out with us. There's a lot going on in the camp. People are firing it back up, which is, again, like we say, what are you living for? What are we doing things for? If not, what are we doing to not do our art and so on and so forth? I mean, that's what we're here to. That's what we're out here fighting for our freedom for, almost.
Man, for sure.
It really is.
That's the point, right?
It is so the point. Here's something else that we fired up just recently. First Sky Music, just a place to kind of talk about some things, have some discussion. We kind of just letting it organically build as well. Here's some you can see we posted a few things from some gems from the man Dallas Austin, talking about hidden frequency in hit records, which is an awesome article to check out. Definitely. Also, who is Mohini Day? This is shout out to what's going on over at the North Omaha Music and Arts Center. That's NOMA. For those of you who don't know me, it's NOMA going down. And Miss Mohini Day is going to be there pretty soon here in August at NOMA Fest 5. Definitely check this out. Check her out. And come over here to the music page and look a little article there about her and what's going on. Also, shout out to our man Terrace Martin, man. He's putting dinner party back together. That's Glasper, Martin, Washington, and Ninth Wonder.
Yeah.
Dope stuff, man. We'll just do it. It's a place to talk about music with music friends. It's going down.
Come on, man. You see Thundercats coming back.
Did see that, man. Shout out to whoever's bringing him back out here. That I'm always amazed about the people who are doing that. Who's bringing Thundercat out here?
Yeah, yeah,
And who figured out that the people in Omaha dig Thundercat? Who figured
yeah.
that out?
And he's here. He's here quite a bit. Comes through quite a bit.
Most deaf. He's going to be at the Steel House, which is going to be an awesome place for him to play. The Distracted AF Tour 2026. This is going to be in November, so you got a little time for this. But man, yeah, good music to look forward to out here in the O, for real.
Yeah. Also, I am excited and like I'm happy that shout out to Dana Murray, man. I wasn't able to see what he was doing. Like I wasn't able to go into Noma while I was here in Omaha, but ran into Brother Dana a few times. And I'm glad that he's taking it upon himself to educate the people about Mohini Day and not just, you know what I'm saying, putting her on a flyer and just pushing it out there, but dropping content like who is Mohini Day? You know what I mean? For those who might not know. It's a part of it. It's a part of it because there is a lot of talented artists out there, but the algorithms, just how the industry is set up, is kind of hard to stay. You know, to be in the know sometimes. So for those who are in the know, it's important that pass that forward, man. Educate, because yeah, it's going down. I don't know if we've been talking about it, but I don't know if it's going down with Noma Fest. Like Keon Harold, that's the one I'm like, hey. Dana doing y'all right, man. I'm just saying.
Don't even trip. Like it's when I think about just what's happening with bringing these incredible artists to Omaha. That's kind of, but you know what? It's that, but it's also this. Check this out. Noma Summer Camp has started up. Now we're not just bringing high end artists to towns to show people how to do it, but there's lessons. You can send the kids over and learn how to do it. On top of that, and they got access to a lot of these people because of the fact that they're hooked up here. So if you got somebody who you want to get down in the summer music camp, this is firing up. Just check out what Noma got going on, man. Noma has a lot going on, and we'll be continuing to talk about it and have Dana Murray and check 1 2 1 2.
Hey,
Goodness gracious, did you jump out too?
yeah, we both got kicked out.
Are you kidding me?
Gremlins.
You got kicked out too?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said lost sound. Okay.
It is storming out here, though. I will say that.
Oh man, this is crazy. Let me go. Let me let's let's see if we're in here first of all. Give us some
Yeah, I think we're
feedback.
still live.
Huh? Say again?
I think we're still live. Yeah.
Okay.
And back.
There we go. Thank you, Sean McCarthy. The Gremlins got us. That's the first time that we ever both get thrown out at the same time.
And we're still live.
And we're still here. And we're still live. That is very interesting. Appreciate everybody that's sticking around and sticking around through all the gremlins and
Yeah,
everything that just
actually,
happened.
when I came back, the numbers went up. So for those who are just coming, welcome. Hey,
Hello.
we're live.
Christy Nor gives us a good afternoon. Appreciate you coming back.
I can't see the chat now though, so there's that. Huh?
This is
Sean
incredible.
McCarthy, Lupe Fiasco. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell Dalamar. It's going down.
Mm.
Lupe coming to Steelhouse. Got you. He says, anyone not hearing the broadcast? Thanks, man. Yep, Pops lost. Okay, lost sound. I appreciate everybody who gave us the feedback. That's what it is when we're live. We depend on you. Can you hear us? Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was on my soapbox. I was talking
Yeah,
about
man.
Eli Corner, bro.
Giving some flowers to Dana. Pick it back up. Right there.
Pick it up. Summer music camp going down. Definitely check out Noma. Again, we are very excited, not just about Noma bringing these high level artists to Omaha, but also the fact that they have these classes, man. They got these programs. Teach these kids what's up, man. We want kids out of Omaha to win a Grammy from this corner. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got some daytime Emmy noms. You know what I'm saying? V's up.
The wins on Monday, boy. If you missed that.
On. Yeah. Shout out to Amber Michelle again. Getting nominated for a daytime Emmy for Beyond the Gates. Again, Omaha North Viking Zone. Yeah. Shout out.
It's been a long time since I knew anything about stories. I never heard the Beyond the Gate. That's a new one on me.
Yeah.
General hospital type of dude. You know?
Yeah. I think it is one like it was a kind of a resurgence in black soap operas almost.
Okay.
Like it. Yeah.
The bold, the black, the beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Get your tickets. Noma Fest 5. Definitely hook this up as well. I can't even tell you how I'm excited about seeing Mono Neon play. Number one for me. Mohini Day as well, of course. Bark Hayes. I mean, come on, man. Keon Harold, Frank McComb, Richie Love. Yeah, it's going down. I'd love to get somebody on from Noma to talk about this show too on a Friday. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Pops in here first.
Don't forget he's doing like some podcast training and stuff too. Like he's doing some stuff over there in Noma. Tap in.
Not quite yet. First Sky Omaha collaboration coming on that. Yeah.
Making the dream work.
Absolutely. Also, while we're at it, man, we didn't talk really about what's going on as far as community updates are concerned, but Capital Conversations is coming back. Shout out to Omaha 100, doing the good work of really trying to help some people get funded in order to be able to buy homes, start business, all kinds of stuff. And they're having another Capital Conversation coming up. Miranda Adams and Ashley Kuhn. We're talking about, of course, the powerhouse team.
Oh yeah.
Say again?
I was saying, oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm getting excited. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Blair Freeman. Blair Freeman, get down.
Blair Freeman gets down, man. I love seeing Blair Freeman trucks driving up and down 24th Street, working on projects like the Omaha Star and other projects around town. Yeah, it's awesome. So be great to hear from them. And just for people that don't know, sometimes I forget that sometimes people don't know about some of this stuff. Blair Freeman is one of the only women-owned construction developer companies around. And they've been running it, and they've been doing some serious projects, and they've been part of the revitalization of what's going on in North Omaha. They've been handling business in a big way. So definitely check this out. Hear from them personally. Ask some questions. It's happening Tuesday, July 21st from 5 to 7 at North Omaha Music and Arts. They're going to be at Noma having this talk. So it's going to be, a chance to go check out Noma at the same time. Definitely check this out. Shout out to them. Shout out to Omaha 100 for putting on this event and giving us access to some high level folks that are really at the forefront of changing what's going on in North Omaha, North and South Omaha especially. And with all this money and all this construction and stuff coming into North Omaha, we need to talk to the folks that are on the development side and so on. So yeah, again, shout out to Omaha 100 for Capital Conversations.
Yeah, man. Strong team over there. Tap in with them if you haven't. Also, I saw, speaking of Omaha 100, Sister Nichols over there, Eliana Nichols, had her coffee with developers.
That's
right. Man. There's a lot of opportunity out there if you're trying to get in the development game. Check it out.
There you go. I know this is really obscure too, but we got to give our man Cameron Logston
Hey,
a shout out, bro. He was on
read my mind.
he was on America Got Talent, man. Kind of blew the judges away. I think Scary Spice was on there just trying to
She was
stunt.
hating.
Yeah, he was just trying to be devil's advocate or something, but she liked it too. He got down. We knew
Yeah.
this brother's talent. If you've never seen him, he's a local Omaha performer. I've seen him many times with the Omaha Performing Arts. No, the Omaha
OEAs.
OEAs. Yes, thank you. Yes, Omaha Arts and Entertainment Awards.
Yeah, man.
And he does a lot of hosting that, a lot of stuff in between. I love a good comic host. I think that makes your event big time. And he's great. He does all these great impressions, and they're pretty spot on. He kind of blew everybody away. As a matter of fact, in the newsletter, I went ahead and put a link there for you to go check out his audition, his performance there in front of Simon. What's the new name? Simon
Yeah, Simon.
Pegg or whatever. Yeah.
Simon Cowell.
Cause yeah, Simon Cowell and all those guys. Yeah, it was impressive. I was a little nervous for him. I was like,
Really?
I hope he gets some good feedback because we love him over here. So shout out to Cameron, big time. There's a lot of people out here really doing some stuff for the comedian scene out here too. The comic scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's growing. It's big time growing. Shout out to Rachel Ware who opened up her own spot. In the different scenes that are all over, man. There's a lot of different comic scenes happening and places to go and do your stand up. A community of people that is trying to support that scene as well. You never know. We can have some famous comics come out of Omaha too, man. So,
It's no shortage of talent, bro. No shortage of talent in Omaha. So yeah,
right.
I'm sure we're gonna be doing this a lot more as we continue to celebrate the wins. Teamwork makes the dream work.
I like that. Celebrating the wins. Let's talk more about teamwork when we come back. Let's take a quick break and we'll jump back into the conversation. We want to talk more about teamwork, how we can develop some of these teams, what we should, focus those teams on as far as action is concerned, because that's really what it's about. And just a lot more conversation about how we can do that. This is another reason why we wanted to do a different time too. We kind of want to make sure that we are treating the chat chimers that we talk to on a regular basis for many months, years even. It's been years. Some folks, some of you have been with us before on the Mind and Soul days, even back in the day. So the fact that we have this family of people that we have these conversations with, it's really kind of time for us to really focus on the family a little bit. Focus on the family. Make sure we all got what we need and getting together and support each other for what we got to do. We'll talk more about it when you get back. Again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
Paul B, buddy to God. We'll take a quick break. Come right back. Stay tuned, y'all.
Hey.
Welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening. Hey, good catch.
Almost say, yeah, you saw me catch that one. Appreciate it. Pop says, yeah, I saw that. I was stunned when he said he was from Omaha. I love the representation. Yeah, that's the homie.
Oh yeah, man.
Cameron's the homie. Yeah,
Cool cat.
He did a real cool version there. I've seen him a lot looser on his videos. You go back and check out his videos because he got a series of videos where he does his impressions in different scenarios, and some of them, all of them really are spot on. He's really he's really a talented dude. Really cool dude. So yeah, definitely check him out. And I love what he said at the beginning. They were like, how come you kind of started so late in comedy? He was like, hey, I had a son early. I had to take care of family business first, and then and now that he's older, then I'm jumping into my thing. And I thought, whoa, okay, well, check him out.
Hey, it's never too late, man. It's never too late. Pursue that dream. Chase it. Teamwork make the dream work.
There you go. 4:49. If you believe in the concept of time, 4:49 p.m. this time around. Yep. That's right. You heard it right. You're mixed up right now in an evening show. Let us know. We already got one good vote that this was a good thing. I think a couple people who I didn't expect to come through came through. So I hope that it worked for you. It may be something different, but hey, we're here to try something different. The whole point is that we
Yeah.
got to keep on searching through the communication, the levels of communication, how it is that we are going to be able to speak to each other and have these conversations and support each other because you never know. You never know what the platforms that we're on, we don't own.
Mm, that part.
And at any time, as you can see, they can dump us off, pull the plug. So how do we continue to have these conversations? Well, if we establish our family ship now, then it is something that we can definitely get together on. Make sure everybody has the same number. Some of the people on the chat we only talk to on the chat. Some people we have exchanged numbers and email
Mhm.
addresses already. Some people we've exchanged email addresses that have signed up for the weekly wrap. This is what it's all about, so that we can speak to each other outside of this context as well, just in case this context goes away. You never know. We'll keep on rocketing until the wheels fall off of it, though, and then until then after that, we'll be ready to continue these conversations together and to support each other. That's what it's all about. We got a few more things to jump into. I see Buddy over there looking up some stuff.
Mhm.
Let's go ahead and dive into the next subject, Buddy. What's on the agenda? What's on your mind?
Yeah, definitely want to dive into, as I mentioned, the Jay Z concert that happened. A lot of cultural conversations about the internet versus outside and just in real life, and living a life with one another. So I definitely want to get in that in the second hour, as you mentioned, kind of the importance of living a life with one another and connecting outside of this space. You know what I mean? But before we get into that, I do want to get into the featured story in our newsletter, kind of the top story talking about housing and kind of the main news that really for this week, as far as the nation goes, a major housing bill being passed without Trump, which is also kind of a whole conversation within itself. You know what I mean? As far as being able to get things done without the approval of Trump, who of course has shown the ability to throw a wrench into things in this country. But of course, talking about the housing bill, 21st Century Road to Housing Act, which actually was written and kind of pushed in part by Representative Mike Flood from Nebraska. And again, had a lot of bipartisan support behind this bill. Of course, it was widely reported that Trump was standing in between that, though, trying to block it. Saying that he would basically hold the bill hostage if his elections bill didn't get passed, which we will have to continue to look at and talk about this Save Act again, the voting bill that Trump and his ilk are trying to push, especially as we get closer to November. But this time, not successful in his attempt to block it. Again, last week, the bill did pass. Housing, one of the things we talk about a lot here on this show. And when we talk about, teamwork making the dream work, housing is one of those things. Paul, you and I always talk about, you need a hookup. And I, know of situations now where family friends, like I had to basically put a word in with a family member that owns property to help a family friend move in, or I know a family friend that's helping me out in situations, and you never know what kind of situations you'll find yourself in, especially with housing, that you just might need some help. I mean, there's been several times in my life where we either had to have a family member living with me, or we had to shack with a family member or a family friend. So again, housing is definitely one of those things where teamwork makes the dream work on many fronts. But again, this housing bill being passed could help with that situation. Paul, I know you, of course, have some experiences with the housing struggle and the need to have a connection or some kind of hookup with that. What say you? Have you been paying attention to this bill?
I have a little bit, just because. Well, it's a good thing that we do what we do that helps me pay
Right,
attention better,
right,
of
right.
course. But yeah, it was a win. We were thinking about what happens here. None of it's enough. It's never enough. But in this current administration, I feel like is actively fighting against these things. When a win like this happens, is significant. And yeah, it is. I think everybody has a personal story of what happens
Right.
when you are looking for some a place. Our friend Tamara Dwyer, who is the homeless director over at the mayor's office, really enforced taught in me that if you're hopping around couch to couch, or in families
Man,
on families' couches and stuff like that, you're pretty much houseless. You don't have a spot yet. You don't have a spot of your own, and you're probably working towards that. and you kind of you can kind of feel the pain of people that are out here looking, and I can imagine you got a family in tow that you're trying to find some shelter for, and you got all this mess going on like you do, and then of everybody who I've ever talked to had some kind of hookup. It was really got down. I think I had one apartment my whole life where it was a situation where I was able to show that I made 3 times as much. The credit was okay enough to be able to get in it. I had the money for the deposit, and they just happened to be, short, needing some tenants,
Hmm.
and and it all worked out. And it was for an apartment that was way too much money. Omaha don't need no $1,300 a month 1 bedrooms. I don't
Man,
how are people doing anything? So even after I did all that stuff didn't last because it doesn't make any sense. Like I was immediately on the hunt for something a little bit cheaper because it's ridiculous to be able to think that that's kind of what the median price is right now in Omaha. In Omaha, like I'm looking at
mhm,
spots right here in Vegas. I'm looking at spots in Cali right now. You find a studio for 1,300 in Cali. Like
man,
not too far off from what was happening, and from the time that I got there, from the time that I got to Omaha in the first place, I mean, that same 1 bedroom would have been $550, $600 when I got in town in 2010. So we've watched these prices rise. We watched the all the things happen that they put in place in order for you to have to jump through hoops to be able
man.
to afford to get in these spots. And then we've seen what we do, especially black folks. We see what when black folks have to figure something out, we be figuring it out. Get the hookup, talk to somebody. You be out
Straight up.
here straight up, man. Like I said, everybody I saw at one point, 1 year, everybody I talked to that had to move, they moved because they got a hookup. And when we say hookup, we mean like Buddy was saying, somebody owns some property, so you talk to them personally, they let you move in.
Hmm.
So, they, something like that, or you hear something from the grapevine. It's not even anything that you could find in the paper or wherever. Like you hear something in the grapevine, you go check on it. Just happen to be able to get in. Something's up in their complex where they got too many open spots right now, so they want to hurry up and get somebody in, so they rush you in. There's too many stories out there like that,
Hmm.
and it's rough. It's rough. Let us know. I want to hear from you guys about that too. Like we've been talking a lot about teamwork on the last season, which was Follow the Money. We talked a lot about jobs and like your experience with trying to find a job. Of course, Sean McCarthy was the king of putting resumes in, hundreds of resumes he put
Man,
in order to
literally.
find a job. Let us know this season about housing, about all the hoops that you had to jump through to get into the place where you're at. Let us know there. Let us know what's up there. Uh, uh,
Man.
I'd love to hear about that. So yeah, I'll put it out there to the chat, put it out there to the ghost listeners. If you're not on live here and you don't want to talk about it here, you can talk about it on Friends of or send us an email. But I'd love to hear from you about how the housing situation has affected you in the past 5 years. What does it mean? How many times have you had to move? What was the circumstances? Let us know. We'd love to hear from you anecdotally on
Yeah,
these.
and while those come in, I did want to get into kind of just some of the line items of the bill, just give people an idea of what is expected to change now that this bill has become law.
Word.
Some of the major things from that is corporate ownership restriction. Again, the bill restricts large institutional investors, those owning 350 or more single family homes, which has become a large issue actually here in Atlanta. The property manager that I'm in right now, the property that I'm in, the company that owns this property is one of like 3 companies that owns property in Atlanta. And it's like that in many metropolitan areas throughout this country, as far as these major multi-state corporations buying single family homes, not just apartment buildings, but single family homes, buying up large swaths of that. And hopefully this bill kind of curtails some of that because my rent is going up every year for the last couple of years, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So there's that. Also, zoning and building reforms. It says this bill mandates the Department of Housing and Urban Development, aka HUD, to offer guidance on reforming restrictive local zoning and land use policies. Also incentivizes communities to increase housing supply by offering millions in competitive grants to local governments, which means that those, again, there's a connection. We were talking about the coffee with developers earlier and companies like Blair Freeman. Again, you can get in on the ground level as an entry level developer building housing and possibly get some of these grants and some of this, HUD financing that's coming from this bill to build housing. And, you get to put some food on your table, some money in your pocket, and develop housing, much needed housing for the community. So there's, again, opportunities like that that we might not always see or look at. But again, get in the development game, because it's a lot out there. Also, some of the voucher and subsidies adjustments and financing and investment. There will be some first time home buyer programs and things like that, a part of this bill as well. So again, a lot of bipartisan support behind this. By all means, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good bill as far as housing. Some big housing reforms are saying some of the most effective housing reforms, or actually the only housing reforms in the last several decades. So again, something historical happened with the teamwork. Again, bipartisan support, which we haven't really seen recently. A lot of back and forth between the two parties, if you will.
Yeah, very interesting. Interesting stuff. This other stuff about HUD is pretty interesting too. That we'll get to. Yeah, before we do, I want to jump in the chat real quick. I'm seeing Sean McCarthy says the Richdale apartments, like the Vanderbilt and Biltmore, had deceptive practices, offering dirt cheap deposits, but they would charge you hundreds, even thousands of dollars for damages. Wow.
Mhm.
So we're just talking about trying to, all the shady things that happens to try to get in, all the hoops to get in, let alone the shady landlord stuff that happens, that are people
Man,
like Tenants United are getting together to fight. This it's kind of ongoing, and we're not even talking about what happens when you try to go for ownership at this point too. Christy Nor in the chat says, and some folks need cheaper housing, but literally cannot afford to move, even though they are struggling to pay rent.
mhm.
And some of the reasons why they can't afford to move have to do with the way that the deposits work, or the way that they have to do a credit check, the way that you have to make a certain amount of money over what the percentage of rent is to your income. There's so many hoops to jump through these days that it is tough. It's tough to even try to get out, to get up and over so you can get out of a bad situation. I remember that happening to me too. I'm trying to leave that $1,300 apartment. I'm like, yeah, but how do you save loot to get to the next spot when your
Man,
bills are so high in the first place?
man, tell me about it.
Yeah, super interesting. Marlon Harrison, I can't wait. He says, sometimes speaking of teamwork makes the dream work. I'm with a couple of people on some projects, and I can't wait to announce on First Sky Omaha. Please
Hey,
announce it
yeah,
first.
look forward to it.
Love it, love it. There you go. You want to continue on the housing tip, because that'll argue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I do want to get into this HUD situation, as you mentioned, because that is another side of it. Like, as we're talking about, this situation with the Housing Act and the Road to Housing bill, we're talking about private properties, and home ownership and renting from a private owner, which, that's people in a whole different economic and financial situation. But those who are on the fringes, those who are in desperate financial situations, who can't afford rent outright and need assistance, need Section 8, need public housing, things like that. They're getting even worse type of situation, type of deal, as far as dealing with HUD and its removal or step away from disparate impact, which again, as I mentioned, is basically taking a page out of the Trump administration, removing yet another shield, another layer of civil rights protections that communities have fought for now for decades here in this country. But again, one step closer to Jim Crow. And of course, Trump would, this is not a move that I'm surprised is happening under the Trump administration. If you know the history of his father and, some of the properties and how he owned and managed those properties in New York, housing, poor housing under Trump, it's par for the course. It's par for the course. But again, if you didn't hear, again, shout out to Tamara Dwyer sharing this on Friends of. This is from Shelter Force, which is essential reporting on affordable housing, a nonprofit reporting. The article reads, housing discrimination does not typically announce itself. Often it moves through the ordinary tools of the housing market, tenant screenings, credit standards, eviction records, appraisals, the usual tools. This is why disparate impact remains a vital tool in fair housing law and law enforcement. It provides families, advocates, and enforcement agencies a way to examine housing policies that produce discriminatory effects, even with intent, is difficult to prove. Again, the Fair Housing Act has long recognized that discrimination is routinely hidden from view. In the case in 2015, Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs versus the Inclusive Communities Project, In that case, the disparate impact claims are available again under that act. Again, another tool to help communities fight against discrimination in housing. However, earlier this year, HUD proposed a proposal rescinded its FHA, again, Fair Housing Act disparate impact regulations, including the burden shifting approach used to evaluate policies with discriminatory effects. Again, disparate impact claims would still exist under federal law, but the proposal would remove HUD's roadmap from examining those claims, even as many housing decisions are made under frameworks that are presented as neutral. Again, in layman's terms, the legal aspects, the legal tools, the legal avenues that families, communities have used and have had to fight against discriminatory public housing is being removed. Again, HUD is taking a step back from its disparate impact agencies and regulations, making it harder for residents in the most, again, vulnerable situations to fight back.
Mm.
So again, shout out to the Daniel Gutmans out there and all those fighting on behalf of those facing evictions and don't have the resources to defend themselves, just trying to keep a roof over their head, but dealing with the worst of the worst in this economy. Again, getting the most pressure put on them from the people supposed to help, which is crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Dave Pontos. Shout out
Yeah,
to
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
these guys out here fighting for that. And shout out to Tamara Dwyer for putting this in Friends of First Sky Omaha for us to take a look at. I highly suggest you take a look at the article. I put the link in the chat there from Shelter Force. Take a look at this and study it up a little bit and see what's happening. But, we always have questions about HUD. It's really interesting. We always have questions about HUD. And for the most part, it seems like they're doing some good work. But it is a government agency, and that means that there's hoops and regulations and things that sometimes make things tough. There's a lot of people in our community, especially in the Black community of North Omaha, that feel like HUD is being given out in unfair ways as well. So there's always people who are feeling real skeptical about things that are happening there. I know that there's other organizations out there that we are planning on having conversations with, like the folks over at Front Porch and other developers and places that we need to have some conversations about these subjects as well, and what happens there. But I think it'll be interesting to really kind of dig in and see what's happening here on that level, just on the level of how to make housing discrimination is seeking to make fighting housing discrimination even harder is very,
Hmm.
very that's concerning. It's anytime that it can be harder than it already is. um we're we're having a we're already in the mode of the hookup in order to find places. So
Hmm.
how much harder can it really get for folks? I guess they can get to the point where they're just out on the street, or they're getting arrested. They can go live at the jail, and maybe that's what their idea of housing, the next idea of housing is. I mean, who knows? Uh, so yeah, man. Thinking in terms of what to do, we always get to this point as well where we say, what are we going to do about it? What can we do about it? How can we prepare for certain things? And it's a good question. It's for me, it puts my mind in, the next place I go, or if I'm thinking about buying a house, or if I'm thinking about what it is that I want to do next for that, just kind of think in terms of what long term looks like,
Hmm.
what helping other family members look like. We can get back to this theme of teamwork makes the dream work. A lot of people have these ideas of these family compounds they want to put together and build some things on it in order for several family members to do that. It's not unheard of. And it's sometimes it's just that idea, the focus that I want to put on what it is that we need to do to make sure that there's a place. Michelle Trosclair, if you remember her, she was a partner of ours early on in the shows. She really impressed me by early
Mm.
on. She decided that she needed to make sure that she purchased homes for her kids, even way before they were old enough to be able to move into them. She was thinking way ahead of time in order to kind of get them set up, just seeing the writing on the wall about how hard it was going to be for people to be able to have buy something or maintain some property or maintain a home.
Mm.
There's always the feeling that when you have a family home you can go back to. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like the feeling of having that.
Right.
And even when people don't have money to do things like build homes or buy homes that you can come back to, just parents sometimes saying, "Hey, wherever I'm at, you can be here too." We'll figure it out. we'll work it out. And we have that love and that feeling, that vision for our us and our loved ones. It's time to make some plans for that. Let's add some plans to that want and desire and need, to be able to be there for our families, help ourselves, and think about the future a little bit. Sometimes I always trip out on how it feels sometimes like we are not acting as if we're going to get old. We are not acting as if we're going to need housing later, need things later. Like, 'cause we get so caught up sometimes in what we got to get done now that it's hard to think about how to set things up for later. But I think when we start to all talk about it together and figure out things, as soon as I have one conversation with people, that somebody that knows something more than me about housing, all these other ideas about what we can be doing. So we should just continue those conversations, no matter who is offering what or what laws are coming.
Yeah.
Ariel's
Oh yeah. Definitely make it.
Hmm?
I was just saying, make it a part of the dinner conversations, like the family family planning. Like, how many times have the family acres been sold off because those conversations weren't being had?
So true. So true. And yeah, I know we fight sometimes because everybody's so fiercely independent in this culture, that it's real tough sometimes to think in terms of like what we're all going to do together and how to bring that story alive. But it has to be done. It has to be
Hmm.
done, and we do it. This is what we do when we get into crisis situations. This is why you end up crashed on the couch at your brother's house or whatever. It's just what it is. So, to prepare for that may be the solution, the answer to prepare for it. But also, as we always talk about, there's so many different lanes. Legislation is a lane as well. What the
Hmm.
laws are here for how it is that we need to maintain what we got to do also matters. What we do, but also that lane of the political power.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I did want to round back. What I was kind of looking up is, although there's the HUD moves and there's of course this bill that passed which should help, but also there's things like what Mondamini is doing in New York with some of his housing initiatives, but also our own mayor recognizing and remembering that Mayor Ewing just got inducted into that Harvard group of leadership for
Right.
homelessness. Right. So and couple that with the bill, there will be funds available from the federal level for cities like Omaha and states like Nebraska to apply for some of those funds for housing. So maybe we can see some changes and see some more energy being put towards housing on many levels, not just like you said in the political sphere. But I agree. What can we do? As a community. You got the ADU. We talked about the ADUs. Can you build that in your backyard? Can you convert the garage? Maybe add a level to that. What can we do to look out? Because yeah, it's rough out here.
Yeah, man. ADUs, being like the mother-in-law house in the back you can build
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
California had that for a long time, and now Omaha has that ability as well. And I was often thinking about that too. If it was me and I was trying to make a move, instead of me deciding I was going to buy a house, I might say, "Hey, why don't I take that? Why don't I get that loan to build that ADU in the back of the property of my parents' house or somebody else's house, and
Hmm.
and do it that way? And that way, the power, the way that house is evaluated is also raised just because you have built another structure on it, so on and so forth. The way to build
Yeah.
wealth together, by thinking in those terms instead of just like, well, I want to live over here, so I'm just going to do that by myself. It's really interesting a way to think when you start thinking in terms of the group when it comes to housing as well. We don't really talk about that much, but we should. How do you think of housing when you're thinking as a group, not just
Mm.
what rent you need to pay? Ariel's 402 in the chat says there has been exposés where black families have tried to sell their homes and got offered less than traded out their family picture for white family photos and got offered more
Oh yeah.
money.
Oh yeah.
You can talk about evaluations and all the other things that happens that way that still happens to this day, even though it's illegal to do that. It's a trip. Marlon Harrison says, when it comes to my family land, what do when no one leaves in that town? What to do if no one leaves the town or the city? My grandpa sold his land that his dad left for him when he passed because he didn't want to move back to Mississippi. Yeah, that's really kind of when those things happen, that's really a lot of the issue. I know there's a big push in North Omaha to for everybody to keep the house, keep the land that you have from your family, and not let a lot of these corporations that we were talking about earlier come in, which this bill is trying to help fight a little bit, because that's happening in North Omaha. We know this firsthand. I have family members that get contacted by organizations that out in Denver that are trying to buy up the whole block down in North Omaha, and call and bug every single day to be able to buy up those single family homes. So this legislation is also needed. It is also needed. So shout out to Flood for the win on that. And also, it'll be really interesting to see what the Mayor John Ewing going to this Harvard run leadership program with a focus on homelessness is going to come back with. He's definitely has a strong homelessness coordinator in his office in Tamara Dwyer. He's the kind of cat that hopefully is providing enough money and resources for her to make some real difference there. And I can tell that's what's going on. And now he's going to get us. It looks like he's going to be connected even on a national scale when it comes to what we're going to do with this housing situation. Can't wait to see about it.
He has some interesting ideas about how to handle the at least the funding of the housing, and how to kind of, even in this Trump era, kind of work his way through that. So I definitely looking forward to seeing how that comes. Definitely, let us know how you feel on that situation. What's the housing situation looking like for you?
Yes. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. We'll take a quick break. I just want to put out there, if you guys have saw the press conference that he had about the year of the neighbor, give us your feedback on that. Let us know what he had to say there, and if he had anything to say about housing that might help prop up this conversation as well, we'd love to hear that too. Tell a friend. We're here from 4 to 6. 4 to 6 on Friday nights. We've changed the schedule up for this season. Season 5B, teamwork makes the dream work. We're going to be 3 hours on Monday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. No show on Wednesday, and then we're going to be doing Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m. for Sky Omaha in the evening. That's what's happening right now. Oh yeah, I really stepped on. That's my first stepping on the line of the evening too. Yeah, man. So we'll take a quick break and come back. It's 5:16 right now, if you believe in the concept of time. 5:16 p.m. This is kind of a trip. I'm definitely feeling this is different. This is different. We'll get used to it.
It is a little bit.
We'll get used to it together. That's what we'll do. Stay tuned. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening, hey.
Oh, that sounded good. Put a little Luther on there. Welcome back. First Sky Omaha
in the evening.
How's your summer going? What's going on with your summer? Have you been hitting some of these events and stuff we've been talking about? We definitely want to have extensive haps happening on Fridays from now on. So we want to hear from you. Where you going? What you doing? What you buy tickets for? What you gonna go see? We have to catch up with Mark Manor. He's got his Omaha his podcast as well, that he is talking a lot about what's going on, Omaha Buzz, and he's talking about all the shows that is out here, the stuff that he's hitting. We'll catch up with him and find out what's in the works. But I do love the fact that Thundercats coming back in November.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a pretty healthy slate of shows this year in Omaha, man. Omaha's doing all right with the shows, if I do say so myself.
Okay, what do you enjoy the most?
Man, I'm actually mad I missed Mick Jenkins. Shout out to Sister Lagia La with the Joy Fest. Juneteenth Joy Fest had, man, if you don't know about Mick Jenkins, if you're a fan of good raps, Mick Jenkins. Coming out of the Midwest, man. He's from Chicago. So yeah, definitely shout out to him. Of course, definitely I'm excited about this Noma Fest, man. Keon Harold, like this, when I'm unwinding and I'm just, just in my vibe, in my zone, not working, just listening to, or even if I am working, I might throw some Keon Harold in the background, get some work done, man. Like, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. Very, very talented brother, man. So Yeah, yeah, you see it on the screen. And then I just saw my man Mono Neon posted up with Andre 3000 somewhere out there in the real world. Not quite sure where they were, but you saw the post. You saw the post.
Man, if they ever do something together, you talking
Come
about outer
on.
space, bro. You talking
Come
about way
on.
out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, again, Omaha's doing good. And then Lupe Fiasco, like
Yeah,
it's one of my it's one of the greats. It's one of my faves, man. So
dope.
yeah, 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 yeah. Omaha's doing pretty good with the shows.
You know who else is doing great is Culture House. They always got something going on,
Hey,
man. Shout out to Culture House with these art battles that are happening monthly now. They got this July 18th one coming up. That's tomorrow. So I highly suggest you check this out tomorrow, 5 o'clock over at the Culture House. Art battle is getting down. Shout out to Marcy Yates for putting this on and for allowing it to be in the space and helping it to grow. 12 artists, 3 rounds, 1 champion art battle is happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. Shout out to him. We got to have him on. Oh, there you go. Culture House. Culture House in the house. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Marcy
hey.
Yates. We got to bring him on the show again and talk about a few things. Marcy gets down. As a
Yeah, man.
matter of fact, people don't know this, but he's a huge, huge, huge Jay-Z fan. And I can't wait to really kind of sit and talk to him about what's going on with the shows that Jay-Z's been doing. He's going to the
Man.
shows around town. You know what
Speaking
I'm
of
saying?
shows, probably one of the biggest shows of the year. Probably gonna be the biggest show of the year, man. Jay-Z just shut down Madison Square Garden. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan. Like I respect him. I definitely will, put on some reasonable doubt, cruise through. It's Jay-Z, but a lot of conversation sparking up about what he just did, shutting down Madison Square Garden, not really dropping an album in almost 10 years,
Mhm.
not really been, very active musically recently. Of course, we know more of his business ventures and being married to Beyonce and, those things. But the show sold out Madison Square Garden. He assembled some of the biggest artists in the world. I mean, pretty much each of his guest appearing acts can do their own worldwide sold out show. I'm
Right,
talking about Eminem, Rihanna, Beyonce, the biggest,
right.
the biggest,
30,
and
30,
there
30 years in the game. I mean, what a birthday.
and there's that, man. Like there's the conversation about Jay Z kind of embodying this generation, that's predates social media, predates the internet, and really exemplifying the separation between the internet fame, which is a lot of smoke and mirrors, and it's what you see the highlights on the internet. We all know what social media is. It's a lie, versus Jay-Z is really Jay-Z. Like, he's really been Jay-Z for a very long time. And when you see it in real life and it's tangible, me being in the music industry, I hear that conversation a lot as far as a lot of these TikTok artists and viral artists not being able to sell tickets and not really being able to get people out to their shows because a lot of their fame does live on the internet. And there is no real connection like you see with, a Jay-Z.
That's interesting. Yeah. I didn't think about it like that. I guess I thought, if you have a big enough following online that you've built, but you're right. Now that I think about it, everybody complains about not being able to get those people who are all those thousands of viewers out to physical spaces. Maybe we're talking about different different elk of people. Like maybe the people that go out to see stuff may be really different than the people that stay. Maybe we're talking about literally like we've been marketing to the introverts all this time, and
Mm, mm.
and before that we were marketing to the extroverts, and that's why people came out to shows and so on. I mean, it's interesting the thing to kind of discuss and figure out. But so how does an artist like Jay-Z, of course, it's been years and years and years of a reputation, it's been years and years of work. I mean, he's 30 years in the game, so that's number one. And he
Mhm.
also times his stuff in a certain way. There's a few times he talked about he was retiring, wasn't coming back. He stayed gone for a year or 2 or 3 years sometimes, and then comes back and drops something, and that makes news. That's what happened this time. He kind of used all of the above. So I saw the whole rollout. I saw him do
Mhm.
interviews with
Mhm.
people and talked about he was going to quit keeping his mouth shut. He kept his mouth shut through the top three battles with
Yeah.
Drake and, you know what I'm saying? And now he's like, hey, I kept my mouth. It's time to go on the offensive. I've kept my mouth shut long enough. Let's see what's happening. Make the change. Also, I was talking to my sister just recently too about the changes she was making to her hair. She was like, when big life changes and things happens, you want to do something different with your hair sometime. And
Man.
it flashed me back to Jay-Z with this whole, the untangling of the locks that went down. And then just the other week, he had Beyonce braiding it up and doing stuff
Mm.
in the stands. And I just thought, man, he's kind of showing the whole transformation. That is the rollout, is the transformation to go get back to the fade cut that he was famous for. Put the ball cap back
Yep.
on, get back and be Jay-Z with the 2 dots above the name again. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
For the Y again.
Mhm. Yeah,
30
yeah.
years.
Man, 30 years. 30 years in the game. But again, it's a different impact. Shout out to Ariel's 402 in the chat. He says, I was in an after hours party club in Denver, Colorado, and Jay-Z had a meet and greet before he was famous. Give us a timeline in that. Give us a timeline. When was this? What year was this?
He said before he was famous, had a meet and greet. I'm gonna throw a meet and greet.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
hey.
what's up. He said 30 years ago, I took over a small corner lot in South Omaha. Just recently gave it to my daughter last week. That's what's up, man. That she sold
Hey.
it immediately. We've been blessed to have these problems, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good problem to have.
I love it. Marlon Harrison says we also got to teach people about wills and deeds. Too many people
Yes.
die without wills and deeds, which the family has to fight the banks over to keeping the family home. Boy, you talking about some real stuff there, for real. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Pops in the chat says that's like poker. Poker is poker, but those who are online players are like introverts, and those who love to play in casinos are more like extroverts. Same game, but two different crowds. I'm kind of leaning towards.
It's a good
I'm leaning
analogy.
towards. Yeah, very good analogy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think you're right. I think the older I get, I'm starting to see there is kind of like the people that take action and they're out there outside, and then people that sometimes are behind the scenes and inside. It's a couple of different kinds of personality.
Mhm.
And I don't think it's just because Jay-Z, and if we're talking about Jay-Z here in this instance, is because he's from another time. I think that he's talking to a specific group of people that are about a certain kinds of action. And it's really interesting to me, especially when we are on a season like Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, and what we've built with First Sky Omaha and the fam and the Chad Chimers. Who we're building this online team, but we have a special situation here because all these people that we're talking to online here are also action oriented people at the same time.
Mhm.
What can you do with that kind of that kind of organization?
Yeah, I mean, it's a certain people that remembers a time before the internet when you had no choice but to go outside. And I think there is a not necessarily a push, but just a swing back to that though. Like, yes, there are different generations. Yes, there are people, your introverts, who thrive on the internet in those spaces. But when you see, like, when you look at vinyl record sales and cassette sales and physical media sales, even with a lot of conversation going on right now about Sony. I don't know if you heard about this, but Sony made the announcement on their new console that they won't have any physical CDs anymore.
Mm.
So physical games are just in the a thing of the past. Even if you go to a store and buy a game, once you open the case, you'll get a QR code that will send you to a link to download the game, which then means if they want to take a character out of a game, if they want to change dialogue in a game, or if they want to delete a game altogether, they have the right to do that, and you can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of gamers going back to retro games, talking about how to build emulators and just getting back to physical media
Yeah,
again.
yeah. How many of you have purchased physical media lately? Records, CDs, tapes, video games, anything? Who's let us know who's done that, and experiences too. Like what places have you gone to for experiences? I know that part of what's going on too with the way that things are set up around is that everything is set up for an experience now. So we just went to Meow Wolf recently here
Man,
out here in Vegas.
man.
And yeah, the experiences that you take away is different. It's really interesting that these gaps in between how things were done years ago and what's happening now. We're all going for experiences and physical media again, which is different than what we've been focused on with digital life, living dead with one another in the digital world this whole
The
time,
Matrix. The
in this
Matrix.
matrix the whole time, right? So love to hear that. Erica Fell says, "Hey, I'm back. FB was being weird and not playing you correctly. Uh oh, the
That's weird.
gremlins. Yeah,
Yeah, let us know if you're having troubles.
yeah. We're gonna keep our eye on this stuff. This is the first time we're doing it in the evening, and I'm realizing that certain traffic on the internet in the evening holds
Mm,
things up. We get different gremlins than we usually do in the morning. So we're gonna keep on busting this out every Friday, and we'll figure it out as we go. But yeah, thank you for the feedback on figuring out what's happening here on the social media pieces. And whenever we do that, I almost kind of want to implement a thing like whenever we have a gremlin problem with the social media, let's come up with one thing we can do living alive with one another. One event we can put together, one idea surrounding some way to get together physically and be able to do some things. Let's talk about whether or not we what kind of physical media we're into. Do you guys like newspapers, magazines? They always talk about this stuff has gone to the wayside, but they're still being sold. When's the last time you bought a magazine? When's the last time you bought a CD? When's the last time you bought a video game? Let's talk about it. Let's see if this is really in our worlds something that is coming up. And when's the last time you went to a concert as well? When's the last time you physically went to go hear somebody play? Love to hear all these things for sure. Yeah, please do. Thank you, Miss Erica Felt.
yeah, let us know. Let us know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 5:31 p.m. If you believe in the concept of time. Marla Harrison says, I'm to my DVD collection backup. So I just need to find a good DVD player again. Yeah, that's the problem.
Man.
There you go. Heather Williams says, I still read the paper. It's getting expensive. The articles have more info. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I think there's, I go back to thinking about how all the different ways that people learn, visual learners, auditory learners, so on and so forth. Some people need to read it in order to really let it soak in. Some people need to hear it. So I think I'm always a proponent for all the different forms of media. That's why I'm interested in which ones you like. I like the idea of reading the paper as well. I'm a magazine guy more for myself. I love reading the articles in the magazines. A little bit more point of view, sometimes a little bit more people who have a voice that are expressing something. I like to hear people's voice. But I also like it when a well thought out deep dive article that's written out is great too. I think the number one thing for me is to watch a documentary. That's the best way that I learn. Period. Personally, yep. He says I get at least 3 times a week. That's what's up. Read a lot of newspaper.
Actually, speaking of documentaries, we got to give a shout out to brother Nick Ballou. Yeah, man. Yeah. Again, if you didn't hear My Omaha, the documentary, you had brother Nick and brother Leo on the show to talk about the documentary just in time for election season coming up. Powerful documentary. Getting bought. It got purchased and it will be going to PBS this year. Getting national syndication, man. So big shout out to Nick for that's a win. That's a win for sure.
That is a win for sure. We had him on the show. Go back and check out the interview we did with him on YouTube. Oh man, that's incredible. That's incredible. That's news.
Yeah, man.
To me. News to me.
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
Didn't hear he sold it. Didn't hear he got sold.
Yeah. Independent Lens bought that and I think like 3 other films. One of them is about also Jane. Oh, what is her name? Oh, she's very white lady. She's very active in like racial conversations. I'm drawing a blank on her name, but it's a documentary about her.
The
Jane Elliott.
Yeah.
Jane Elliott. Yeah, it's a documentary about her and a few other documentaries that was purchased by this company. So it's some pretty good company that brother Nick is in. Again, Independent Lens is the company that just bought it, and again, they will be broadcasting the documentary. I think the premiere date is in August. I want to say. Don't get me wrong on that one, but look out.
That's so dope,
national.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about. That's the dream right there. Independent Lens is a dream company, and that's because they run on PBS. PBS, it'd be a dream to have a documentary on PBS. I know he's out of his head. First one.
Yeah, man. And now Freedom, Freedom Summer, and just the story of Omaha is going to be put in the living room. So many Americans and I mean, again, if you haven't seen that film, it's a pretty incredible story. Like brother Nick follows Leo Lewis through the whole Freedom Summer situation. Brother Leo being very vocal, being front and center really in that, and how polarizing that was, especially in that time. But also interviewing his father, who was pro-Trump, who had some views and challenging those views, and very very interesting conversation. And I can't wait for that to make its way across the nation.
Yeah, very well done about the two Omahas that we talk about here on the show
Man,
all the time about. Yeah, that is awesome. Congratulations to him for real. I love it. Miss Erica Felt in the chat says, my oldest son said he's intentionally not listening to music unless he's at home or with friends. He told me he heard me tell him what I was doing when songs came out, but nowadays nobody has those memories because hearing music on social media. Yeah, it just happens.
hmm,
I like I like that.
that's heavy.
Yeah. So this is a young person actively deciding to not listen to music unless he's at home or with friends. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many memories are tied to music, or when you hear a song, it takes you back to, oh man, I remember I was doing X, Y, and Z, and I was with X, Y, and Z. And I guess she's saying like young people don't have that experience because they're just mindlessly scrolling on their phone, listening to music rather than being in a social setting, hearing
That's
music for the
interesting.
first time.
Yeah. Music is a time machine. So yeah, if you don't associate it with nothing, it's just something that comes through. You remember, yeah, that's really interesting that he recognized that and that's the action he took on it. That's what's really interesting to me. 29 years old. Okay. That's deep, man. That's deep.
Mm,
I was
it is.
I was driving doing a little road trip just recently, and I had heard Jill Scott's newest album, and I loved it.
Man.
And when I heard it, I thought this is something my aunt would love, something that me and her would have vibed on way back in the day together. And I got a chance to play some of it for her on the trip back today, and it was that thing. So now that that new Jill Scott album that I wanted to share is going to be forever in the memory of the little road trip we took. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime you hear that song, it's gonna take you back to that moment, that space.
That's what's up. Love that.
Man. Yeah,
Yeah,
but the fact that kids aren't having that, is kind of like, man, that's sad.
and I feel like this is even more significant because most kids don't even know they're not having that. So for a
Right.
kid to understand, to like listen to the stories that his mom says about how she interacts with music and think, let me figure out a way I can do that too, is pretty significant. You think
hmm
about it.
It's going back to my point, living alive with one another, being outside. Also a big thing. I'm kind of reflecting on that happened to me this week. I went out to Atlanta had their fan fest. Atlanta was one of the host cities for FIFA World Cup, and they had their last night of fan fest. And I went out there and just again being alive with groups of people, and seeing how FIFA kind of brought that out. Also, while I was in Omaha, it seems like people were pretty active. The Capital District was going off with watch parties. People coming out and living alive with one another. So yeah, very, very high on the living alive with one another, like really, being in spaces with the public and coming together,
Yeah, and most of the time, I think because we live in this capitalist society that has restaurants and games and everything all around us all the time, and tries to entice us to come out to do all those things. This everything doesn't have to be recreation. It really could be, living a life with one another is going to hear someone speak, or
Mm.
to have a rally somewhere, or to just get together to have discussion like they did back in the day. I'm thinking about poets and playwrights and movie and filmmakers sitting around round tables drinking coffee, having discussions, deep discussions about film, and expanding the genre because of those discussions. That we can be doing the same for all these subjects. Just sitting around coming up with ideas about what to do about housing, for instance, or whatever. It really is something that we have to remember is much more effective. You feel the energy right away on something. that we could be sitting here and talking about the same subject for a couple hours, that we can get together and be somewhere and be in a space. It's also about being in a space as well. Two people living alive with one another in a certain space will generate a certain kind of idea generation.
Mhm.
It'll
Mhm.
put some things out there in the ether that it just can't happen in any other circumstance. So
Just bouncing ideas.
bouncing on them ideas. Miss Erica Phelps says music was the soundtrack to my life.
Mm.
Says now it was only old songs that do that for me, like a replay. Spin that ish reminds me of going to the movie, but otherwise nothing recent comes to mind. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's definitely nostalgia for me as well. But it also is in the way that we hear things. I think he's really onto something with that. Because the experience I had today playing Jill Scott's album for my aunt, we played it off of Spotify. I mean, just like everybody does, but it was intentional. That this is a specific thing we went to and wanted to go here for a specific reason. We wanted to do it together while we were doing something. And I know I'll remember those that it's already stuck in my mind more so than just other passing things. So he's really onto something with that
Mhm.
technique of figuring out how to consume media as well. Figuring out how to consume it. Very interesting. Miss Erica Phelps says, just come by the play school house on a weekend day to drink coffee and discuss like plans and shenanigans. There you go.
Hey, okay. There you
Providing
go.
space. Love it.
Bring the donuts.
Brian Harris says, speaking of music, I think what changed is that we don't have music programming. Yeah, that's
Mm.
true. So back in the day, we had Video Soul, TRL, Soul Train, 106 in Park, Rap City. Now we don't have these shows anymore. That's very true. Big difference.
Mm.
Curating that music, trusting that DJ. We have it in DJ culture. That's our curated
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that means you go out to specific places to hear DJs. So yeah, I love the fact that you're right. There was nothing like, I was just looking at a graphic of Yo MTV Raps the other day. Like, man, Yo MTV Raps was so heavy when it came
Man,
out, bro.
heavy. I mean, it is a little different though to see like a music video. It kind of does bring the music to life a little bit, a little differently. I do think the music video has kind of gone by the wayside. Just not many artists investing in it as much.
Yeah, but like sitting watching Ed Lover and Dre sitting in their little
Oh
studio
yeah, that
with
was
the couch
man,
in
whole different.
between the videos with the banter and the guests coming. That's what
Different
that was
vibe.
all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Love it. Arrows 402 says, with the new Miller Park renovations, it would be great to have several soapboxes throughout the park for music, art, reading, campaigning.
The mayor.
The mayor.
The mayor. It's an
Got
idea.
ideas.
That's an idea.
Love it. Pop says, book descriptions, the Saturday Song Chronicles.
Hey.
Some songs become hit records, others become part of our lives long before streaming playlists and digital downloads. Songs lived in a different place. Man, shout out to Pops for the Saturday Song Chronicles. That's one of the latest books of yours I just read. And I appreciate that. Definitely check it out. Go to Amazon and get Pops. Get Saturday Song Chronicles. There you go. Hey, from Paul Beyond the Third. Definitely check it out. Great little stories about things that's gone down over his lifetime in music, and tidbits that you don't hear and you don't know from anywhere else. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Love it. You guys have been great, man. I really appreciate you guys coming out and hanging with us. Let us know how the experience is in the evening.
Yeah.
That is better for you in the evening to kind of chill out. What were your activities while you were watching the show as well? Like I said, I kind of know that getting kids to school, getting off to work and stuff is what happens in the morning. What happens in the evening? What goes down here? Let us know about the time frame. We're continually test this out. We're going to test this out all season to see how it works. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. If people can't really get together with us in the morning, then now they can get with us in the evening as well. And
Yeah.
we'll have more material throughout the week that you can check out in bites and pieces in order for you to be able to, if you can't really sit here for the whole 2 hour show, there'll definitely be things that are broken out for you to be able to consume on a little quicker level as well. We'll be working on that stuff too. So yeah, we can't wait to hear how you feel about it.
Yeah, and I mean, we did the math, man. You're not really losing too much of us. Again, as a previous format, we did about 6 hours of live talk per week, and we're about five. We may creep into six sometimes. You never know. You never know on a Friday how we feeling. But yeah, we appreciate everyone just taking the change with us. I see you, Miss Erica Feld. It'd be nice to see you more in the chat. I know you'd be busy with the babies. So yeah, hopefully this accommodates you and many other people. Again, tell a friend and tell a friend. We're here still doing the thing a little different, but we still here, man, and looking forward to the season and all the things that the changes can bring. Again, as Paul mentioned, doing things throughout the week. So yeah, I'm excited to see the different changes, and definitely this 3 hour show on Monday. Come through next week, man. We're doing it differently, but we're still doing it again. 3 hours on Monday. So looking forward to that conversation as well.
There you go. Let's take a quick break. Come back, finish out the show. 5:44. If you believe in the concept of time, got about 15 minutes left in the show. Actually, 5:45 now. Yeah, let's wrap it on up. Stay tuned for Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
Paul B, Buddy to God. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back for Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
Paul B, Buddy to God. All of you, Chet Chandras, Ghost listeners and monitoring spirits, appreciate you guys joining us. We will be refining this as we go. Again, the new time is Friday from 4 to 6 each Friday, and then Monday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Mondays. So appreciate everybody who's joining us. Write that down, take a picture, set an alarm, hit the bell, do all the things so you can remember to come on back and join us in this conversation, and we'll refine this as we go. Mr. Eric says, I'll catch the tail end on alternating Mondays. My substitute clocks in at 8. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey, you got some help.
There you go. I like that. The substitute. Marlon Harrison says, it was it's my mom's birthday this weekend. So we're going to be at the hotel with the family. Okay.
Taking a dip in the pool.
At the hotel, hanging out. That's what's up. Yeah, I love this idea of the soapboxes too. That'd be great. It'd be real cool. Good idea. Yeah, man. Yeah, good stuff. You want to jump into a few haps here and there, I heard. Yeah, we can jump into a few things for sure. Extensive haps. We need to have more of the extensive haps on Friday anyway, so we're going to be working on that. In the meantime, we wanted to hear what you are doing this weekend as well. What's going on? What's the weather going to be like? What's out there? Any shows you going to? Love to hear from anybody that's out there, understanding, where we're coming from on that. Where are you going? Plays, shows? You going out to Gene Leahy Park, hang out? Yeah, get outside. What is it? Do you have to work? Like whatever it is that your life is making you do. Let us know, and hopefully it'll be something that'll be good. It'll be something that you can share with folks, because that's what it's all about. But yeah, man. Yeah. Any haps jumping out to you, buddy?
Yeah, shout out to Miss Erica Felt jumping in the chat. She says tonight is the Heartland Pride Family Festival, and tomorrow is Pride Parade. Okay, so there's that for those who into the Pride.
There it is, Pride Parade.
Yeah. I did see a show. I'm trying to get the details of it. There's a summer soul concert series going on at a new venue. I wanted to ask people about. Yeah. Man, venues popping up all the time in Omaha. Trying to figure out, who's getting down, who really knows what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here it is. Again, the Summer Soul series with Jacqueline Monique. If you heard about this is going down tonight, actually, from 6 to 9. So if you want to get active, this is at The Edge 204 Clubhouse. Have you heard of that, Paul?
No.
That's what I'm saying, man. New
Mm.
spots. This is let's see. Trying to get the location kind of small here on the screen. Let me see, I don't got my readers on.
Yeah. I have not heard of this spot. Anybody in the chat heard of this spot? What's it called?
The Edge 204 Clubhouse. It's located South Omaha.
The Edge 204 Clubhouse. Never heard of it. Okay. And this is the ongoing event. This is for something.
Yeah, join Jacqueline Monique on Friday for an intimate, thorough, thoughtfully curated evening of R&B, soul, and select jazz inside the elegant setting of Clubhouse 204 in Omaha. That's 3010 South 202 Court.
Okay.
Man, tonight from 6 to 9. I mean, but R&B, soul, jazz, it's my wheelhouse. It's my wheelhouse. Yeah.
All right. If anybody goes, definitely want to hear about it. Let us know for sure.
Definitely.
Isn't there a protest
Also,
coming? Oh, go ahead.
oh yeah, there's a protest. There is. I'm glad you mentioned that because that was also one of the things I was thinking about. For ICE, I know you mentioned on Monday some of these ICE killings that have been going on.
Mm-hmm.
July 19th, actually Sunday, from 2 to 4, ICE detention facility, Pottawatomie County Jail. That's 1400 Big Lake Road, Council Bluffs, Iowa. Joining solidarity against the terrorization and brutality of ICE in our communities. So yeah. Shout out to those speaking out.
That's not this one. This one is July 17th. This is the day from 6 to 8. 72nd and Dodge, the People's Corner, Stop ICE Terror. So there are a few ICE protests going on this weekend. Let us know if you're going to be a part of any of those. We'd love to hear about whether or not you are, and if you're a chat chimer, if you're a content creator that wants to cover some of this stuff too. Let us know. Love for you to let us know what's going on out there. But be safe. First of all, it is we are living a climate now where when you go to march or go to protest, you're treated like a criminal, and not just treated like a criminal, you're made a criminal. So they're trying to make the laws be that you are a criminal for even expressing your First Amendment rights. So be careful out there, and let us know how things go on that tip. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild how these things happen now. Also, I'm seeing this Black Fathers March is coming up on July 25th. March and luncheon. This is what's up to free for the march and luncheon. I can see a lot of folks there that are going to be a part of this march. I'm trying to figure. I was trying to figure out who is putting this on.
Brother Leo Lewis actually approached me about coming through to this and supporting this. I'm not sure if he's putting this on himself, but I know he's definitely a part of promoting it, handing out flyers and letting people know what's going on. Again, it'll be a Father's march and luncheon, as you see. But yeah. Sister Vicky Young, I see you're part of it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. www.blackfathersomaha.com. I'm not familiar with Black Fathers Omaha organization, so something to look into. Appreciate that. But yeah, let's check this out. Black Fathers March. You got any information on this? Let us know. You can also leave it in Friends of First Sky Omaha, the group page on Facebook, or send us an email at firstsky.omaha@gmail.com. Love to hear about it. That's what's up. Miss Erica Felt says, and Buddy, didn't you just do something big with Dungeon Family recently? Oh, look at
that. Okay. Some like I said on Wednesday, Big Boy headline and kind of closed out the Fan Fest here in Atlanta for their FIFA festivities, and I was able to go out to the show, check it out, front row with it. But yeah, man, shout out to the whole Dungeon family. It's actually been a pretty interesting week. Not only did Big perform on Wednesday, I think Ray Murray, who's a part of Organized Noise, produced for TLC, In Vogue, you name it. But he had a DJ set on Wednesday, and then tomorrow, my crew, Bevy Antone, which is the crew of the producers and engineers at Stankonia Studios, we will be having a show tomorrow here in Atlanta, which I am pretty excited about. So yeah, shameless plug. That's pretty much aside from doing First Sky Omaha things and tending to the family. That's pretty much what I've been doing all week as well. For in my personal life. So just rehearsing, getting ready for the show. One of our biggest shows, one of our first shows as a crew. So yeah, wish us luck.
Bearing the lead. Burying
A
the
little bit.
lead again.
A little bit. But hey, it is Friday. It is a little supreme. So I definitely want to, use this day to loosen up a little bit and share some more of those stuff and maybe even bring some of that footage and things to you during the show. So yeah.
Hey, can't wait to see that. That is what's happening.
What's
Hey.
what's happening? What's going down?
Yeah, man, we're gonna bring it back.
Hey.
The Haps gotta come back. The Haps gotta come back strong. But this time around, when we bring the Haps back, it can't just be the Haps. You got to be ready to go. We got to talk about what's happening and whether or not we're gonna meet up there. That has to be
Ready
the
to
new
go.
piece. That has to be the new piece. Yeah, thank you, Miss Erica Felt, for going ahead and unburying the lead on that. This huge event that's going on tomorrow. That's pretty significant. That's what's up. She said, "Get it. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Huge,
thank
bro.
you. Thank you.
It's monumental. It's
Man,
monumental.
I am excited, man. I am excited. Like, there's gonna be a lot of sponsors that's jumping on the show. It'll be hosted by DJ Greg Street, who is actually, I think he just got nominated or inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame. Long-time radio personality here in Atlanta. He will be hosting it. Of course, some of the Dungeon family will be out there at the show. So I'm excited, man. I'm definitely excited.
Yeah. Those of you that are in the music business, be looking out for a lot of changes that are happening. I don't know if you follow this guy named Demiza that we follow, but
Hey,
he's been bringing a lot of attention to some of the ways that the music industry is changing, how ownership of everything is changing, how AI is part of what is going on. We definitely have to have conversations about that when it comes to
man.
media. If we're going to continue to do the things we're doing in the forms that we're doing them, music, media, film, documentary film, even writing, all these things are the business is switching and moving around. The ground underneath is shifting because of what's going on with this administration. Really is the catalyst for a lot that's happening, a lot that's
Man.
changing. So you got to figure out your ownership. You got to figure out whether or not you can survive and do these things. There's a lot going on right now that's making people decide that they have to go a different route. But the art's getting real good. Art gets real good in bad times. Art gets real good in bad times. It's hard. People
Yeah.
got a lot to express. A lot to express. And if you can't really afford to do much more, you can always sit at home and write some music. You know, always put some tracks together. So a lot of people are doing that right now. I'm anxious to see a lot of the work that people are putting in. A lot of people shedding because you can just kind of stay home and got to spend no money to get your craft together. But what's going to come out of that is going to be phenomenal. And how we get there is by us all kind of teaming up and getting there together. That's really the only way it works. So
That's it.
Buddy got a show tomorrow, but it ain't just Buddy. It's Buddy and the crew. Buddy and his
Man.
crew. You know what I'm saying? It's his fam that's going to be up there. And that's how you do it. You bring the fam to support the fam, make it happen.
Teamwork make the dream work. Let's
Love
get
it. I love it. Stacey Jean is in the house. Good evening,
Hey.
everyone. Yeah, for those just joining us, please remember our new time frame is Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. And also on Monday, we do a 3-hour show now, which is 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Mondays. And we're not doing Wednesdays anymore, but we will be releasing some work in order for you to kind of catch up on some things too. And it's going to be in all forms, written. It's going to be in audio form. It's going to be in video form. As a matter of fact, check out the weekly wrap today, because there is a link to another content creator camp work. That's an audio piece. It's going to be very interesting too. I was very impressed with what he did as well. It's interesting the access that he had to the mayor. It's a really interesting piece. So definitely check that out. And we will put those up on the website if you are not getting the newsletter quite yet. But we will put the newsletter link back in the chat right now. Please hook that up. We're also working on the newsletter to bring you some stuff you're not going to be able to find elsewhere. And so we want you to make sure that you continue to do that. And so we can exchange kind of email numbers and really kind of go for it with each other that way, instead of always having to depend on the gremlins, around the gremlins on social media. So go ahead and hit that, become a weekly wrap member, and get that newsletter. Let's have some conversation.
That's it.
That's it. There it is. The first evening show from First Sky Omaha in the morning. In the evening now. Yeah.
In the evening.
It'll be going back and forth. That's what's up. Again, give us some feedback. Let us know. Hit us up, firstskyOmaha@gmail.com. Let us know if the hours work for you better. If you're able to get some more out of it. If you're able to, and let us know what you get from the show as well. A lot of people say they get their news from the show. I heard a few people say they don't even, they kind of wait till we start talking about it to whether or not it's news, because, otherwise they got to sift through the stuff that we sift through every day. Kind of sounds almost a service to sift through the riffraff.
Yeah. Some nonsense out there.
We're trying to only speak on the news that's relevant to us in our neighborhoods and our community. So that there it is. And we're worldwide. It's not just local. It's not just hyper local. We're worldwide is what it is. Pop says, glad to be a part of the first Friday evening show. It was a great one. One thing I observed is that you two seem a little more awake and lively here later in the day. Yeah.
We're getting a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Getting close to musicians' hours here. So yeah, we're waking up.
Yeah.
Sue Kessler Hagen says, I enjoyed the show tonight. I think I'm going to like the evening show. Sweet. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Heather Williams also says, I enjoyed the evening show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that feedback. Buddy, you got some words for the people?
Yeah, man. It's a new time. But the same crew, man. Tell your friends to come on through. Hang out with us on Friday. Let's wrap up the week together. Of course, again, this is accompanying our weekly wrap. If you haven't joined that already, please make sure you go and do so. A lot of information coming out, not only, about the things that we discuss here on the show, the things that all of you discuss on Friends of, but also things going on with us here at First Sky. A lot of announcements get made as far as internal, what we have going on and have coming up right there on the newsletter. So make sure you check that out. And yeah, man, this is a new thing, but I think I'm gonna like this as well. So thank y'all for tuning in with us. Catch us next week, same time, same place. And of course, look out for Monday, new times, a 3-hour show coming your way on Monday. So definitely buckle up for that conversation. I'm looking forward to it. And but yeah, in the meantime, between time, Paul B.
Yo.
It's always a pleasure to do this with you, brother.
It is.
Take it away.
Appreciate you. Mr. Eckerfeld says, glad to see much of the crew and look forward to more joining in. Drink water and be kind to yourselves for sure. Appreciate you. Thank you. Shout out to the Omaha tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Thanks to our elders allowing us to speak before you. And thanks to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you. And thanks for coming. And thanks for remembering that we're here on a Friday evening from 4 to 6 this season. So please tell a friend, spread the word, hit the bell, set an alarm, do what you got to do to remember that it's 7 to 10 a.m. on Mondays, and it's 4 to 6 p.m. on Fridays. So we got a in the morning show and a in the evening show.
In the evening.
There you go. And we'll see how this works out. So thank you. Again, the whole goal of this is for us to really kind of get the team together, make the team work, make the dream work, live alive with one another, and further our communication with each other, and have deeper conversations with more people, more like-minded people. So bring them along and let's make it happen. Until then, in the meantime, between time, take care of yourselves this weekend. Have a good time. Get ready to let us know what you did over the weekend when we talk Monday. Love to hear about it. But most importantly, live alive with one another. We'll see you then. Peace.
By the way, Vanglorious. This is protected by the red